All right, I have the wheel off. I changed my tire. I'm about to put the tire back on, but before I do that, I want to clean up my brakes. I always do this every time I change the tires. I clean up the brakes. The reason is because if you look at the pistons, you know, there's 4 pistons here, right? Oops. Get the camera in frame here. The 4 pistons, what happens is the pistons get over time it gets dirty. It gunks up. So it squeezes the rotors, but when it's dirty, it doesn't want to open back up, and so it kind of stays stuck closed. So when that happens, you basically wear out your brake pads faster, and your brakes get hotter and such. So it's basically all negative. You wanna have it as clean as possible. So that's what I'm gonna do it now. So it's off. This is I'm looking at the 2 sides here. Let's see which side's thicker. Because I already did the other side. So the pads are actually identical. You see right here, there's three pads, sub pads, and over here there's 4 sub pads. So it's on the other side is the mirror image. So there's 3 sub pads over here and 4 sub pads over here. You know, with this gap right here, that's the rotor. So I'm not sure if it's big enough to get the pads out. Basically, all you have to do is just slide it towards the center, and there should be enough clearance. If that's not, you actually have to expand this apart a little bit, just a little bit. Don't expand it all the way. All you want to do is just a little bit. So let me get this thing on a tripod here. See if I can get this on this tripod. Nope, that's not gonna work. Let's see. Okay, got it on the tripod. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually well, before you spread this apart, you have to open up your fluid, because the fluid's gonna want to expand back. You could also expand, when you spread this apart, the fluid could expand back. It could also expand back to the other caliper as well. So that's a possibility. Hopefully it doesn't do that. It just hopefully only expands to the back up to the reservoir. All right, so let's take this apart. So here, I'm looking at it. I want to see which one's thinner. So it looks like the outside maybe it's a little thinner. It's almost the same. Yeah, it looks like practically the same. So I'm gonna just pick one side and basically just push it over. So yeah, so it's not wide enough. So it's not clearing. So I can't do that. So I'm gonna push it back in. And I have a brake spreader. Here's my brake spreader for disc brakes, calipers. This one's meant for motorcycles, but I find sometimes it's a little bit too big. Okay, oh, just look at that, it's perfect. It was a tight squeeze, but I was able to squeeze it in there. All I need to do is just open it just a tiny bit. All right, that's it. I just open it up that much more, and that should be enough. Should be enough now for me to pop this side out. Yep, is it out? Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Nope, still not enough. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm not pushing my screwdriver into the brake pad material. I'm just putting it on the backing, the metal backing. There's plenty of spots where you could actually do that. So it's not quite wide enough, so I'm gonna go a little bit wider. Okay. Oh, I see what's happening. So as I'm spreading this out, this side is actually moving in, but this side is not. It's stuck. So because this side's stuck, that's where this pad on this side right here is hitting this pad. That's why I can't get it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this pad out and leave this pad in place. There it goes. That's one. Another side. That's the other. Right. So again, this is the outside. This is the inside. These pads are identical. They're literally identical to each other, mirror image of each other. So if you have a pad that's passed out, worn out unevenly, I suggest you flip them around so that way they could get more even wear. And actually I might do that. I think let's see. So this, again, that's the outside. So I'm gonna look at these dots right here. So the one with the little scratch is the one on the outside. So later on when I put it back, I'm gonna put it back so that way it's on the inside. So anyways, so let's clean these things. I'm gonna get my cleaner. So you know, I have it over a bucket so that way all the shit, all the dirtiness goes down. And you don't need much. So right now I'm using a citrus cleaner. So I mix my own citrus. So you can buy citrus on Amazon. I usually buy about 5 pounds or 10 pounds at a time, a big bag. You know, it's used for food, so it's food safe. So it's safe for you. You know, you touch it, it doesn't matter. So I mix 1 pound of citrus with 1 gallon of distilled water, and I actually have a video on that. So look that up on my my channel. So I'm just gonna spray this in here. You don't need much. I'm almost out. Dang it. Almost out here. Yeah, you don't need much. Just get it wet. With my toothbrush. Get it wet. Get your toothbrush in there. You just kind of brush all in there, so that way you brush the pistons around the outside diameter of the piston. So I've been using citrus for quite a few years now. I like it because it's completely natural. It's not harmful. It cleans really well. I use it to clean everything now. For a long time, I always use Simple Green. For like 20 years, I used Simple Green, and I started using citrus because I have to use it for passivating stainless steel. When I weld stainless steel, I'm like, oh, this stuff is also a cleaner too. Because you buy citrus cleaner, right, at like Home Depot, but that stuff is expensive. You buy citrus cleaner at Home Depot, man, that shit is like, costs you over 20 bucks for a gallon. You could make your own 1 gallon for like half that. Actually less than half that, because if you buy like a 5 pound bag, 5 pound bag will cost you like less than 20 bucks. And distilled water costs what, like $1 or something a gallon. So basically, 5 pound bag, you could make 5 gallons. So 5 pound bag plus 5 gallons of distilled water is probably going to cost you about 20 bucks. So you're getting 5 times more cleaner. So clean all there. Let's clean all this side as well. So let's get it dry here. I'm actually running out too. Running out of cleaner here. Yeah, mix some more. Mix some more. Actually, you know what? I don't need to make some more. I have some already. I just need to pour it in. I have a gallon jug. So on there, right? So after I clean that, I will use distilled water to rinse out everything. You know, actually I don't have to use distilled water to rinse things out, but I have this squirt bottle of distilled water. And you don't need a whole bunch of water, because I'm in the driveway right now. That's why I'm doing it over a bucket. If I was in the, not the driveway, in the garage, if I was in the driveway, I would just get the garden hose out, because I don't worry about getting water everywhere. But again, I'm in the garage, and my garage is full of just wall to wall of my garbage, my shit. So that's why I'm using this. So it's a lot more controlled. Alright, so the water's dripping down clean now. That's when I know everything's clean. Okay, so now I could clean my my pads here. I'm just gonna clean the back side, the metal parts. And this thing has no backing shim, and it has no nothing else. It's just straight up metal on the piston. So keep it clean. The cool thing about stitches cleaner is that you don't have to worry about it touching the brake pads and contaminating the brake pads. You know, it doesn't do nothing. If anything, it's a good thing. If there's any hint of oil or whatever in there, it'll break all that stuff down. Something else there. Rinse that up. So you'll see how before and after. All right, you see how it's cleaner. All right, so let's clean the side. All right, so that's it. That's cleaning your calipers and your brake pads. Now let's put them back together. I'll put it back in, I should say, not back together, but put them back in. So they're like this. Remember, the dot with the scratch is on the outside. Now I can't barely see the scratch. Actually, this one's the scratch. It looks like this. So I'm gonna flip it around, put it back in this way. So let's put this in first. So you have the retainer spring right in here. So I'm not sure you guys can see how clean that is. All right, but you have the retainer spring. Or you could either let me show you both ways. So I'm putting the top end in first, the little wing right here where my thumb is, my left thumb. I'm sticking to the slot. All right, sticking to the slot. Push down on my right thumb here. Then it should, you know, have no space to feed the tube right here. If not, you know, I use my screwdriver to kind of push it in. And when I'm pushing this, I'm not pushing the pads, okay? I'm pushing the backing, the steel backing plate. Okay? So I push that in from the top first to the bottom, clicking on the bottom. Let's do it the opposite way on the bottom side. So the bottom side, let's do it this way. Let's see if it works this way. It should. I don't see why not. Okay, so it's in there. On this side, push down. Well, actually, it's probably easier to do from the bottom because you have less. You have more leverage against that retainer spring. Oh, I see the problem there. The retainer spring is actually pushing this thing. Each time I push it down, the retainer spring is actually pushing it back this way. So let's go back to doing it from the top. Because if you do it from the top, it doesn't get pushed back. See that? It just pops right in. So let's push this from the middle. Make sure everything's nice and square. All right, that's it. So I'm good there, and I'm done with this. Now I can basically put this back into my put my wheel back in and mount the bike back up, or mount the wheel back up. All right, so here's a Speedtwin. I have the back wheel off, so now I'm gonna clean up the brakes here over here. I was trying to spray it without taking it off, but my ass was being lazy, so I better not be lazy and do it the proper way. So the calipers here are actually held by 2 bolts. Right here on this side, there's 2 bolts. So there's one right here and one right there. 5mm Allen's. Jeez, man, it's tight for a 5mm. So I was trying not to bang my fingers. I end up banging my fingers. Just put the axle back through here so that way it holds this rear. Put the axle through here so it holds the rear in place and doesn't keep on sliding off on me. There it goes. Okay, hopefully that works. Oops, now I can't get access to it. God damn it. Okay. So it feels like it's off already. It's just being held by the tension, the spring tension. Yeah, it feels like it's being held by the spring tension. Alright, so I'm gonna push the brake pads down a little bit. There it goes. So what happens is the spring that holds in the brake pads is pushing up on the pins or up on the brake pads, which is pushing up on the pins. So if you push the brake pads down, right here, if you push the brake pads down like that, it takes the pins off of the spring tension and it slides out. Otherwise, if you leave the spring tension on there, it doesn't want to come out. All right. So both pins are out. So now I could just basically pop that out like so, and this one like so. Now we need to go in there and clean everything. Let's spray it down. Got a big rock I see in there. Yep, here's a big rock. Man, how did the rock get in there? So if a rock's getting in here, means it could prevent the pads from moving in and out. You know, wearing out your brake pads faster than it needs to be. And that's a big one too. Look at this. It's pretty big. That's like a 1/4 inch. Let's see what else is in there. Oh yeah, I see some more crap in here. Oh no, that's not crap, that's just part of the brakes. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, so let's spray this thing down. I think I'm just about out of citrus cleaner. So that's what I use. I use citrus cleaner to clean everything. Let me refill my citrus cleaner. I'll be back in a jiffy. All right, got my citrus Fill it up. So now let's spray it without having problems here. There we go. I gotta really brush it out. All right. Let's see. Let's spray the brake pads too. Well, not the brake pads, but the steel backing. So there it is. It's dirty. So again, I use citrus cleaner. I buy citrus cleaner on Amazon, like 5 pounds, 10 pounds of that stuff. It's really cheap that way. And you mix it with distilled water, 1 pound for every gallon of distilled water. You know, the citrus comes in like a crystalline form. That's good. Use some water, squirt some water to turn this off. Normally I don't use the squirt water, but I'm in the garage, so I don't want to make a big mess inside the garage. That's why I have this pan here to catch the water and touch everything. So there it is again. Before. The great thing about citrus is that it's very safe. You know, the citrus cleaner I get, it's, you know, it's food grade. It's food grade citrus. It's meant for using with like sterilizing like mason jars and such. So food stuff. So it's food grade. So it's completely safe to us. You know, environmentally friendly. There's no harsh chemicals. You know. It's made from lemons, right? It's made from lemons. Just think about that. It's made from lemons. All right, so let's clean off. All right, let's clean off. Let's see, with my towel, dry my hands. All right, so now I could start putting my brake pads back in. So these pins were, right, they were in there. See a little bit of corrosion on there where it rubs. These look like stainless steel pins, so I think that's what they are, stainless steel pins. I'm gonna wipe this down. What I'm gonna do with these is I'm actually gonna, the threads here are clean, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually add some anti-seize on the threads. Because I had these type of pins corrode here before. Even with stainless steel, they still corrode. So I've had it corrode and basically just stuck there, and I couldn't get it out. So I'm gonna anti-seize those. Then I can stick everything back in. All right, so I got my anti-seize on there already. Let's put the pads back in. I'm just using regular anti-seize. Because there's a lot of different types of anti-seize. Anti-seize is basically just grease and some type of other metal. The most common anti-seize, I believe, they're using zinc. Zinc powder mixed up with grease. There's also copper, there's nickel, etc. All kinds of different stuff. So the most common one again is the zinc. Then you want, for other applications like high heat and all that other stuff, they have other stuff for it. All right, so just basically this is matter just popping this back in. Back in. Doesn't really go anywhere, right? Doesn't really go anywhere. That's in there. This is in here. And this one you need to hook the hook right here. Right there. And there it goes. And you just have to push this down. Just push this down so that way you can feed the pins through. Right, the pins for the these pins. That's what holds it in place. Can't see nothing. Let me put one pad in first. That way I can see. Right now I can't see anything. There's one in. It's two in. The first one I put in a little bit too far. Let me push it back out a little bit to make room for the for this one. Okay, that one's in. That one's in. All right, they're both in. Both in. I'm gonna push the pads apart. But I'm not pushing on the pad material itself. I'm pushing on the steel backing, the thing that the pad's sitting on. All right. So now let's turn this back in here. Okay, let's close. Change the camera angle here. Alright, so I need to tighten it up. So this is only a 5mm, so it doesn't need that much torque, so don't over torque it. See, I'm holding it right here, basically at the head, just like if I was holding an Allen key. Let's get it there. That's it. Okay, good. All right, so that's it. Done with that. Now I can put the back wheel back in.